What is up, guys? 10VidMan here, bringing another battle. Here's an NU game that I had with a person by the name of Miagimoto off of Smogon. This was a pretty fun game here, and I've got some, I'm running some kind of odd stuff. I've got Motham and Tang, Camera Up's back for some action, Superior, Samurott, and Luxray. He's got a pretty interesting team, which includes PIKACHU. There's Regirock, Hypno, Magmortar. There's even a Carnivine in there, and Pidgeot. So, without further ado, let's get this battle started. And he's going to lead off with a Pidgeot, which, and, if you're going to run a normal flying type, Pidgeot's kind of an odd choice. But if you're going to run Pidgeot, most are banded and should be banded because that's the only way it could differentiate itself from other normal flying types like Braviary and Swellow. So I know my Superior can outspeed. This is a dual screening Superior of Light Clay. He's going to go for the U-turn straight out, which was, a pretty good play on my part going for the Reflect straight away. That U-turn does not do too much to me at all. I'm actually running max HP, max speed on the Superior, and even though I do see that, the Smogon does have a, it runs some defensive investment, but, who cares? I'm going to take this time to set up my light screen as well, so he switches in his Magmortar. And it was a risky play because he could have been scarfed, but it turns out I'm faster. Goes for the Fire Blast, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to live this just because it's a Magmortar. Packs so much firepower, literally, and yeah, Superior's going to die from that. So, but not a big deal. Got my screens up, so I don't really mind too much. And it turns out he's a Light Orb Magmortar, so I go into my Camera Up knowing it can probably, take on Magmortar the most reliably. I could have brought in Samurott. I didn't want it to be burned because I don't have a Lumbreon or anything, but out comes Camera Up. It's going to take a Focus Blast, and, thanks to the screen, it's going to take it decently well. It does just a little less than half. Here, I'm going to take the opportunity. I'm going to set up a Rock Polish, just get myself up to +2. Pretty much outspeed anything that he throws at me. And I predicted maybe the Pidgeot to come back in, hoping to take the Earth Power. So I went for the safer. I guess it was a pretty decent move to pick from all around. So because I knew it would have scored super effective damage on Magmortar, would have smacked Pidgeot on the switch, and yeah, I think that was probably the best move I could have done. I mean, of course, it could have missed, and that would have crippled me badly, but I took the risk, and it turned out to be good. So out comes the Regirock. Don't really want to switch. I'm kind of scared of it. Maybe he'll predict a switch, maybe go for the T-Wave. But I wanted to go straight on the offense, go for the Earth Power, and this does a freaking crap ton. Almost KOs. It leaves it with the tiniest of slivers ever. Oh, that was frustrating. I thought I had the kill. Unfortunately, Camera just didn't pack enough power. Well, that's okay. He's going to go for the Earthquake, which automatically alerts me. He's most likely an offensive Regirock, I suppose. Probably like a tank, an offensive tank. He's got the lefties. Probably has Stone Edge, Earthquake, Drain Punch, and Thunder Wave. That's what my offensive one runs anyway. But I'm going to bring in my Motham here, and hopefully maybe he's going to predict the switch. So I'm going to set up a substitute here. This is a sub-Quiver Dancing Motham, and it's a pretty decent threat because Motham has a lot of power behind it. It's actually, I think it's the most powerful Quiver Dancer of the tier. And he's going to go for the Stone Edge. Unfortunately, does not miss, and it's going to break my sub pretty easily. So I'm going to restore some HP to my leftovers instead of, having the Light Orb, just because, with Tinted Lens, this Motham actually has the Dream of the Ability Tinted Lens, meaning that I can strike foes beyond the not very effective point, hitting them from neutral as opposed to resisted damage, which means that I don't think I really need the additional Light Orb bonus, because Motham can just really unleash hell after a couple of, Quiver Dances. But I'm going to take that out, the Regirock out of the Stab Bug Buzz, and out comes the PIKACHU. And this thing turns out to be quite a dangerous Pokemon. Sets up a substitute, because I really don't have much to take it on, to be honest. My Camera Up's already gone, so that kind of sucks. And, I was kind of predicting him to go for the sub, so I just wanted to go straight away, go for the Bug Buzz. I mean, I could have also predicted a nasty plot, and Bug Buzz would have KO'd him right away. My first screen, unfortunately, wears out, but my light screen's still up, but he goes for the Light Ball, most likely Light Ball boosted Thunderbolt, which, of course, doubles Pikachu's special attack. That will be able to easily KO my Motham, because Motham is rather frail, even though it's behind the screen. So down goes my Motham, and now both my screens are down, which isn't a humongous deal, but yeah, that kind of sucks. But out comes my Metang. I want this Pikachu dead because it is probably the biggest threat that he has on this team. And out comes the Carnivine, and I go for the Earthquake, wanted to KO it, but of course Carnivine's got Levitate, so it's not going to affect it. Didn't really matter at all anyway. Would have done minuscule damage regardless. And I'm going to use, he's going to go for the sleep powder. I completely brain farted. I completely forgot Carnivines get sleep powder, which stinks. So my Metang's falling asleep. Don't really mind too much, even though Metang is probably the best counter I have to his Pidgeot. And now I'm going to set up my Luxray. And actually, this is not a Guts Luxray. This is a mixed attacking Luxray. And it has Wild Charge, Super Power. It's got Signal Beam and Hidden Power Grass for those pesky Quagsires. And he's going to set up a, cleverly set up a Sword Dance on the switch. And I just want to go straight on the offense. I'm going to hit this thing with a Signal Beam. And I figured it probably wouldn't KO since it's, it's not stab or anything. But unfortunately, I do get a crit, which I believe mattered. I mean, Carnivine is actually decently bulky. And for NU standards, it's decently bulky anyway. So I'm pretty sure that crit mattered. Sorry about that. Out comes to Pidgeot, and he's going to go for the U-turn. And, at this point, I only think he has Pidgeot and Pikachu left. So here I'm like, oh, crap. He could be switching into Pikachu and getting a Lightning Rod boost. Crap. But out comes Hypno, and I completely forgot he had it. So I'm going to smack that thing with a Life Orb boosted Max Attack Wild Charge. And that does a lot of damage to Hypno. I wasn't sure if this was an offensive or defensive Hypno. It does a very nice chunk. So, Hypno's not really known for its physical defense. So I'm kind of surprised it didn't kill. I'm going to switch out and go into my Samurott now. Wanting to preserve my Luxray, I know Intimidate is going to be very handy later on. And he's going to go right on the offensive of Psychic. So unfortunately, I was hoping this would have been a supportive Hypno, but it is not. I do not take that Psychic very well at all. He turns out to be a Life Orb Hypno, which sucks. But, in my opinion, you should be, if you're running a Life Orb Psychic type, you either run Jinx or Mr. Mime. But I'm going to go, I'm going to finish off this Hypno of a Waterfall. And down it goes. So now my biggest threats here are the two I fear the most, Pidgeot and Pikachu, and I have a Sleeping Metang. I've got my Samurott, and I've got my very weakened Luxray left. So I've got to really play intelligently here. I do not want Samurott dying. Got to switch out. I'm going to go into Luxray, get that Intimidate off on it. Probably the best play I can do. Even though my Luxray's not going to be able to take on Pidgeot one-on-one, I know that Intimidate was going to really, really help me out. So he goes for the Brave Bird, which is a good move to lock himself into. I mean, even though, Pikachu can take out my Metang pretty well, since it's asleep, it can set up a sub and set up Nasty Plot all over my face. So, but yeah, he takes out my Luxray with the -1 Brave Bird. Out comes Samurott. And he's going to go again for the Brave Bird. I'm hoping, even though he's banded, this Brave Bird will not kill. Samurott does have a solid physical defense. I do take that with 39 HP. Samurott is going to set up a Sword Stance after resisting that hit. And now I'm +2, and I'm in Torrent range. And unfortunately for him, I run Dual Stab. I run Waterfall, and I run the Priority Aqua Jet. Go for the Aqua Jet. Pidgeot is actually probably one of the bulkiest birds of the tier. It's bulkier than Swallow anyway. I think Braviary is bulkier by a decent margin. That +2 Torrent boosted Aqua Jet is going to kill that Pidgeot. Huge, absolutely huge. If that did not kill, I would have most certainly lost. And out comes the Pikachu, and of course, Pikachu, as frail as it is not going to take a +2 Torrent range boosted Aqua Jet at all. And down goes that Pikachu. Guys, that will be the game. That was a very close game. If that Aqua Jet didn't kill, I would have lost for sure, because my Metang was absolutely useless. Because, it was asleep, and Pikachu could have, again, set up all over it. And it's unfortunate I never was able to get the Stealth Rock set with Metang, but I figured, Superior would have probably been the best lead against whatever Pokemon he was going to use, because Superior also carries Taunt. So that's why, I kind of expected Regirock or Carnivine to lead. But yeah, guys, that'll be the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. And talk to you later. Rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.